Alright, we are back for round 2 of the Modern Super PTQ. I should probably chew some gum. Seems like a helpful thing to do during tournaments for me. I lost my nail clippers. I don't know where they are, which is kind of unfortunate because my nails are getting kind of long, but I guess I'll order one later today. Maybe I can borrow my roommates. We'll see. I just had a lot of food. Well, not a lot of food, just like a sandwich. My protein bar got digested, so a lot of digestion going on. So maybe, so hopefully that won't impede my thinking process too much. Versus W. Scott Jackson. Harden the Scales, GDS, blue-white on their profile. Reveal Luris. These are both Luris decks. This hand is a one-liner, so I'm not going to keep it. I'm recording? Yeah, I'm recording. So they keep 7. This seems better to me. I'm going to bottom the Sheltered Thicket here. I believe. Especially since I have Abundant Growth, which is essentially a top land, so. Looks like they're on Grixis. Thought sees me. I assume they'll take the ending here. Maybe they'll feel super confident they'll take my Abundant Growth. But ending seems like the more reasonable take to me. Probably don't have DRC. Well, actually, they could still have DRC and just trying to sandbag it for a turn. Maybe not. I don't know. They could. It's somewhat likely that they have DRC at this point. It is more likely that they have it if they take my ending. They could still have Ragavan because they want to be dashing Ragavan in this matchup anyway. They take the Solitude. So that means they could have Ragavan and Shadow. But I'm just going to play Abundant Growth here. Pretty straightforward play. I have 4 Bolts and 4 Coatl, so those are 8 pretty solid answers to dash Ragavan. I also have Counterspells and Solitudes, all of which also answer Ragavan, except not nearly as conveniently. They're just going to pass the turn. Okay. So I can either go Abundant Growth, or I can Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas is more mana efficient, so I think I want to do that. The question is, what do I want to fetch? Could fetch an island here. Thing is, that means I can't cast Wrenn. The Breeding Pool is definitely the safest, but fetching a Shock isn't great. But I do want to be able to cast Wrenn if I draw it, so I think I'm going to fetch Breeding Pool here. What does it mean that they're passing the turn? They could just drown this. They're not drowning it. Are they just going to cycle Dress down? Omnath pitches Teferi. There are no plays. Okay. They could still. Why would they take the Solitude then? Iteration. And they're thought seizing me? Sure. Would like to hit my 3rd land. They're probably going to take the Witness anyway, just because if I do hit my 3rd land, it's probably the best, by far the best play for me. But they could take the Abundant Growth and hope that I miss. Because if I do miss it, if they take the Abundant Growth, then I'm just not going to have plays, and that would be very, very bad for me. And they take the Abundant Growth, okay. And I hit the land. Nice. So I'm going to fetch Mountain here, I think. Mountain. I think I'm going to Ewit back a land. Ewit back the Flooded Strand, I think. And pass. Another iteration. So they have complete information over what my hand is right now. They take Mountain. I can play pretty slowly in this matchup because it doesn't usually go super long. I'm going to cast DRC, that's fine. They only have 2 card types, so... Alright, interesting spot here. Play Triome ending that. Play Triome, put Yorion in hand. Actually, playing Triome and putting Yorion in hand seems like the best. Or I could just resolve Omnath. Well, I think resolving Omnath actually seems better. Because if I resolve Omnath, then that means then they're not going to have Drown Up to counter it. And they aren't close to they aren't super close to Delirium, so I can, so I'm less afraid of Unholy Heat. Probably going to fetch an island, although fetching a plains is also reasonable. Actually, I'm going to fetch a plains. Yeah, fetching a plains seems better. Don't think I'm going to attack. Ephemerate is an interesting draw. It can be pretty good, if I get to untap with my creatures in play, that is. So, another iteration. They mill Bloodstained Mire. So that still doesn't get them closer to Delirium. Why did they tap like that? That seems horrible. No idea why they tap like that, but maybe that means that they don't have Drown in hand. So they're going to Inquisition me, probably going to take my Ephemerate. I can F6 here now. And they flip Polluted Delta. So they still just have 2 card types. And take the Ephemerate. So now they could still have like Unholy Heat in hand. Gonna play. So they do have. So they're gonna double heat my Omnath. Okay. So now they have an instant in the yard. Oh, heat plus bolt. That's fine too. If I draw on top lane, I can go Fury that. Bolt. That puts them to 1. Could ending Yorion in hand send? No, but then they could play Shadow. Could Bolt Yorion in hand send? Or I could just Yorion in hand pass. That seems fine to me. Yeah, I think I like this play. And hold up Bolt. So they kept the card on top. Could be another iteration. Could be a Thoughtseize. Could be a Drown. Ragavan. Sure. See how they attack here. I might just Bolt Ragavan. So I can keep my Eatwit around. Thing is my... Actually... Guess I'm turning on Delirium if I do that. Tough spot. I'm going to take a good chunk of time on this one. I think if I can resolve Yorion, I'm going to be in a very, very good spot either way. So I don't think having the Ewit in play adds a lot of value for me. I think I'm just gonna trade with the Ragavan and then take one. Death Shadow. So they could have drawn up because that could have been what they put on top. I guess they're thinking whether they want to represent Drown here. Not representing Drown, okay. So both the DRC. Land? Okay, that's not land, but that's fine. Can go ending that, Ewit back, Ephemerate, and then Ephemerate it. Seems good to me. Ephemerate. Could get back a land. Could get back Bolt. Could get back the Witness. I think I'm gonna get back the Bolt. And then ending. And pass the turn. Bobble. Sure. So they still have complete information. And what's on top of my deck. If they go Lurrus dash Ragavan, question is, do I want to block? Because they could just have, I could just have a removal spell on top. They could make that play and try to bluff me. If they do that, then I can Fury that. They might just make that play either way. I think if I have a land on top, well, maybe I'm just supposed to take it. If they like hit a removal spell, that's fine, because my best draw on the deck is a land here, I think. And then if they don't have a removal spell, then I'm in a very good spot. So now they're going to dash. Oh, they're playing DRC. Okay, cool. And then they kill this. They need to kill this, or else I kill them. And then I can Yorion. And then their DRC has to attack into Yorion and they're top decking. Or I can Fury and kill the Lurrus. And then their DRC has to attack, and then my Lurrus, and then my Fury kills them on the backswing. Oh, they get to draw a card, right? Guess they were hoping to hit something off of that. So, Ephemerate here. I'm going to do this to play on Coatl. Dress down is probably the worst thing that I could have here. Unholy Heat, sure. And then we'll see what I draw. Omnath. So I can go Omnath, kill Lurrus. That seems good. And if I had a fetch, then I'm... Okay, there's the fetch. That is very good for me. Fetch an island. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm just winning this game. Alright. Took game one. Ephemerate, Seize, Purge, Relic, Veils. Can I Counterspell? 2 Counterspell, 2 Fury. Maybe not Call. No, I don't think I want Call here. I think I like Counterspell. Yorion. Okay, this hand is good. I turn Relic, turn to Wrenn, presuming they don't have hand disruption, but if they... Fury's like the only clunker in my hand. It's not an amazing card in this matchup, but it does serve a purpose, I think. Ragavan. Okay. Counterspell. Relic off Breeding Pool. Then let the Ragavan hit me once. Then Wrenn ping it. Maybe I was supposed to hit my own yard. Probably not. Hopefully they don't hit like an Iteration or Teferi. They hit Iteration, which is very bad for me. So hopefully they don't Iteration into... Hopefully they aren't able to cast a discard spell this turn too. If they are, then I'm probably just losing. Okay, it's a DRC, that's fine. Still, like, the Ragavan still do them 2 cards, but maybe even 3 if they... Or probably 2, realistically. Gonna... Mountain Ping. If I Mountain Ping... Relic myself, Relic them. Probably Relic them. this means that if I draw Veil, I can't go Veil plus Counterspell, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Hopefully they can't kill my Wrenn. If they can't kill my Wrenn, then that means that I'll be able to ping their DRC. So dash Ragavan. Oh, they're gonna kill my Wrenn. Okay. Nice thing is that this Fury or this Relic is going to make it so that this DRC isn't going to be doing a whole lot. They've been Pierce. That is not Delirium yet. They still need a Sorcery now to get the extra 2 damage. Okay, they're dashing. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I'd like to draw some instant speed interaction here. Or just like another Wrenn would be or any form of interaction I think would be nice here. They hit Teferi, but they can't cast it, luckily for me. Death Shadow. Alright, so if I draw a red card, then I can Fury both of these. The thing is, my red cards are all like solid to cast, except for that one. So, Fury. Hit both of those. Flooded Strand, pass. And then I can fetch Hallowed Fountain and counter the Ragavan if they dash it. And they can't drown back because I have the Relic. They have the Spell Pierce does it though. Low resource gaming. Don't have a land drop left. So that means that their hits are... Okay, they hit a land, which is good for me. Probably just going to pop this Relic end of turn. Ketria Triome. Land. That's not great. Probably need to put Yorion in hand. Maybe I need to cycle this. Think I probably need to cycle this. Teferi. Tap land. Yeah, I'm in a pretty bad spot. I just needed to not just hit back-to-back lands off of the Relic in my draw step. And they hit Veil, which is... I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to draw that because my number one priority is answering Ragavan. DRC, probably just going to bounce that with Teferi. I'm going to not grab Luris. Must be holding something up. Ooh. Probably still want to bounce that. Oh, I should have played around Spell Pierce. That was bad. Then Wrenn. Get back the Triome. Pass. Hope for the best. Feel like I did a fine job of preserving my life total early. But they just like hit the iteration off the Ragavan was so bad for me. Hit my face, that makes sense. I could just have a bolt here. Hit Eternal Witness. I can ping that with Wrenn if I need to. Probably going to need to draw something else though. I can like U it back the land. That's what they're going to do, okay. Guess I should be careful about Relic with Ewit in the future, but play their DRC. Yep. And then that goes back. So 90 hit something got off my draw. It's a land. Oh my god. Never catch a break. Guess I ping that, go to 1. Ping that, uptick, Flooded Strand, take 1 from this, counter that, survive at 1 life. They have so many draws that kill me though. Iteration. I mean, I need to let this resolve or else they just dash Ragavan and I die, but I'm realistically very dead here. They hit another iteration. They've been Thoughtseize. Guess they're playing around Coatl by banning that. Hit Unholy Heat. Unholy Heat, my Teferi. They ban a creature, so I'm dead. Alright, game 3. Don't think I want to change anything in my sideboarding. Call might be good. No, I think I like this though. Maybe I was supposed to cut the Sheltered Thicket for the call on the draw. Alright, I will take the play. Hopefully I draw better this game. Don't think I did anything poorly last game. This hand. I think I gotta keep it. It has Coatl and Wrenn. Like, it has a lot of lands, but like, I don't think I can mull it. Heath. Gonna fetch Raugrin, I think. Bobble. Bobble trick themselves, sure. This hand is kind of reliant on me not drawing lands. Because, Thoughtseize me probably taking my Coatl. Because without my Coatl, like, my hand is just lands. No, they're taking their Wrenn, interesting. I guess they have some things that they want to land. Maybe I'm supposed to main phase this Coatl. Abundant Growth. So I'm going to play Foothills, probably cast Coatl off of a basic forest. Shock, and then passing, they can drown my Coatl. Ragavan, sure. So now they can't drown my Coatl. Ragavan DRC, okay. So I'd like to draw some spells. there's a spell. Iteration. I want a Abundant Growth here, I think. Ending. Ending the Ragavan. Then fetch Stomping Ground. Fetch it off of this land. Maybe want to fetch Breeding Pool. Probably want to fetch Breeding Pool, actually. Get triple blue instead of triple red. They're passing. Could just fetch Ketria, but I don't see the reason to. Veil of Summer. So I'm going to Iteration. That makes this Veil makes this iteration play much better for me, I think. So they counter this, I can just Veil. They do counter it. See if they have a Drown too. So they probably do have a Drown. Which is unfortunate. Like, this would have gone so much better for me if they didn't have it, but it's still fine. Oh, another Spell Pierce. Okay. Play Heath. Pass. This is attacking now. My Coatl doesn't have Death Touch yet, so I'm not going to block. Probably not going to fetch either, because I want to fetch my Snowland. Maybe this should have been a Snowland. Like a... Probably not, actually. Teferi. Island. Blue. Well, I'm going to fetch my plains here. I can go like this and then bounce my Abundant Growth. Drown. Put Scalding Tarn into the bin. Counter that. These counters have been kind of nice in this matchup, to be honest. Bounce that. Sheltered Thicket, okay. So now if they don't have removal, then... If they do have removal, then this already drew me a card. If they don't have removal, then this is going to trade and draw a card. So this Coatl's looking very good here. Terminate my Coatl. You got it. I didn't draw many lands, which is really good for me. So killing Teferi could mean that they have Spell Pierce, another one. You know, Abundant Growth. Can always yield to those draws. Omnath, okay. Red, green, blue, white. It's a good one. I can go Misty, fetch Forest, and then use green and white to cycle this. There's Teferi, I guess. That's a punish. It's fine though. Omnath was a very good draw for me. It just like pads my life total. Oh, they're missing land drops too. It pads my life total and gives me mana. Terminate it, that's fine. My headphones are running low. Okay. Death Shadow, sure. So I can like Yorion or Teferi here. Yorion draws me one card. Fury. I think I just want to cast that. Fury killed the Death Shadow. And then I can Yorion blink the Fury next turn. If they don't draw like a Dress Down or something. Thoughtseize. They put a card on top. Okay. Probably going to take the Yorion. That makes sense. Oh, they take the Yorion. Yep. So now they probably have a counter spell for. Well, if they had a counter spell, they would take the Teferi. Maybe they wanted to play around Veil or something, but I'm going to leave on Iteration here, I think. Just look at my options. Iteration. Flooded Strand. Play it. Blue. White. Green. Teferi. Dress down. You put a card on top. That could be an Iteration. Bounce my Abundant Growth. Growth my Fetch. And then I think I'm just going to pass. I can attack here. Maybe I should have done the post-combat, just so I knew about Dress Down. Iteration, sure. They bin swamp, okay. And they concede, nice. 2-0, Peace. See you next round.